to One Quick Question with Infomedia, your source for answers to your questions about websites, digital marketing, and more. I'm your host, Carrie Rollwagon, and today we are here with Michael Stuckey. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. That's
You're welcome. Okay, so you've been on the podcast before.
Yes.
You're a developer here at Infomedia and have been for a while. I mean, you were a developer before Infomedia. So
Yeah, technically, I guess so. Yeah.
Like 10 years?
Yeah,
12,
about
more
10.
than that?
Mm-hmm.
A long time.
Yeah.
So I guess, my question today is kind of general. I think we've heard a lot of specifics, but I kind of wanted to talk about like how does AI work, just like super high level. We have like 10 minutes, so we won't get into details.
Yeah.
But I think people have heard of different things. Like you've seen like, oh, this thing made my picture where I looked like an avatar, and maybe like I've been using ChatGPT to like write my term papers or something. But like there are different things that like use AI, but like what is AI? Like that's the question.
Sure. So AI is artificial intelligence. It's an acronym, right?
Nice.
Or is it an initialism? I can't remember which one's which.
Me either.
Off the top of my head right now. Sorry. So here's a definition, I guess, might be like it's simulating human intelligence. It's a computer, first of all, or computers, a network of computers that are acting as if it's a machine, acting as if it's a human, or trying to interact with humans.
Is it kind of pretentious of us to say that their intelligence is artificial? I'm just trying to get on the good side of the machine.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. Be careful how we speak of this machine.
But yeah, that's what we mean is it's like artificial human intelligence.
Right.
Like that's kind of
right.
The H is implied.
Right. Created by humans, I guess, is another way to say it. It's like, it wasn't sentient and born out of nothing.
Okay.
So we invented it. Humans.
All right. Okay, sweet. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
You mentioned like a network of computers. Is it just computers that are networked together, or is it, because it seems like there's more like a factor of like it grows, like it takes that knowledge that we fed it into it and it's like making logical decisions.
So that gets into like machine learning or learning in general, but there's to answer that first question, basically the way we operate on computers now is a network. The internet is just a network of all the computers on the planet basically talking to each other.
The net.
Where we keep a lot of data. Our record of human existence in the 21st century is digital.
Mm-hmm.
And so these computers, these AI programs, and they are on singular large computers themselves, kind of as their brain, they can interact with that and absorb information and take it in, and based on our feedback with it, they can answer differently or whatnot.
So machine learning just literally means machines are learning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It sounds scary.
Yes. I mean, do they have boundaries of like what they learn, or is it seems like in the past AIs there have been machines that used AI that learned to go into bad directions pretty quickly.
Yeah, so there's
the tweet spots.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's like two thoughts of what AI is. There's two descriptors. There's narrow and there's general. Narrow is like an AI that is built to do like perform specific tasks.
Okay.
So those seem to be in the science fiction-y kind of realm. Those seem to be less harmful. They're meant to just help us do certain jobs. I mean, you could think of like Siri or Alexa or like Google as those are AIs that we're interacting with all the time.
Right.
you know, Alexa, order me new light bulbs. You know,
Yeah.
that's what people do.
Yeah.
But
Not me. I don't
I
buy from Amazon.
know. Sorry, Carrie.
It's unusual.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's it. But
But
they seem friendly, so we've been
exactly.
eased into
Yeah,
it.
they've got
Yeah.
this like easy feminine voice. This,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so, oh, it's
Exactly.
calm. I
Yeah.
feel good about
Yeah.
what I just
Don't
did.
worry, human. I'll play your music
Exactly.
while I'm
Um,
stealing your economy. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Then you got like Hal from, you know, Space Odyssey. That's
Yeah.
trying to kill you.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
That would be too obvious.
You're right. Then there's general AI, which is meant to perform intellectual tasks like
Okay.
humans. So
So that
interact
would
with
be
us.
more like Chat GPT.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
the-
There's more. They seem to have less barriers into the entire Internet of Things.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So is
my
that
understanding.
where you hear a news story about somebody launches a tweet bot and then people teach it to be racist or do
Yeah.
horrible things?
Yeah.
Like that's general AI. But so is it really just one or the other? Like if it's general AI, it can learn from whatever, or can you like put some parameters on that?
I do think it's not one or the other. I think it just depends on who's controlling those things.
Mhm.
Narrow in general seem to just be mindsets
Mhm.
of how those programs are developed.
So when Spencer was on the podcast talking about what is an algorithm, and I might be butchering this,
Sure.
but what I think he said was that it's kind of a mix. It's like there's programming involved, but then you program it and then you tell it, the computer, what result you want. And so, yes, it's doing some things that the programmers told it, but it's also making its own leaps to try to get to the objective. And the programmers don't necessarily know what all of those leaps are. So it's kind of a mix of
Yeah.
programming and it's doing its own thing, and that's a mystery. Is that sort of the same?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I have limited understanding because it's very complex, but
You're
it's
not a machine.
yeah,
so.
exactly. But you know, we as humans think. I mean, our brains are very, very complex, and we still don't understand them. But you know, we think almost on and feel on a level that on a subconscious level, even that sometimes we ask questions and it's not sure. We're not really saying what we mean, and machines they work off a set of rules, and algorithms are programs where it's like, okay, if this, then that. So we have to coax it into giving us answers that we want. And so that's part of, I think, what you're asking. And then the machine learning aspect is
it learns to solve the problem.
exactly.
We don't always know.
Or it learns to like assume what you're going to ask next,
Okay.
that sort of thing. So,
all right.
yeah.
Well, do you think this is taking over the world? That was a question we had from the audience.
As it is right now, no, but the potential is what scares me. And certainly what scares me is a person that might think that they can control this in any sort of way. What the great Ian Malcolm said, you know, your scientists were too preoccupied with if they could do something, they didn't think, should we do something? That's Jurassic Park there, you know.
Yeah.
Like, don't go play God and create dinosaurs again. But I think AI shouldn't be controlled by one company. I think that there should be many people helping. It should be created to help humans flourish. And I just, you know, we certainly want to, if it's going to be some overlord, and we hope it's a benevolent one.
Yeah.
It's so hard to say.
Hope that's our clip. But I do think, I mean, can we look at things of the past maybe and apply it to this? Like, different, I mean, is OpenAI open source? Is that just a myth, or is that just like a weird, that's one specific company?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's necessarily open source, but they're trying to be very transparent about what they're doing. I didn't know this, but Elon Musk was he was a founder. Him and Sam Altman, they created it, but then Musk's he's no longer involved directly, but he still donates and
I'm not surprised
whatnot.
because I went to lunch with Spencer one time and he told me this.
Yeah.
Frequent podcast nerd.
Yeah, nerd.
Yeah, so I think who knows, but personally, I think the more companies are developing their own things, sometimes it can be, or the more transparent or open it is, the more chance there is that there are different people developing different things. So it's not like one company. I think personally, I just think there's a danger when one company is controlling something.
Exactly.
Because then it's like, even if that person is benevolent initially, like what happens if they aren't,
And most people with power, I mean,
doesn't seem to go well.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It never does.
Maybe the machines will do better.
Right.
But that's how AI works, basically. So AI works largely off of inputting data and then using machine learning to create something that's meshing the two and also adding something more.
Right.
Is that
right? No, it's and we have, gosh, decades of data now on the internet. So there's a lot that it was already there that they're drawing from, and so
we've been populating it for them.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah, treat us kindly.
Oh, benevolent
leaders.
leaders.
All right. Well, I think that hopefully there's just a little bit of light, and obviously this is a big topic, but thank you very much.
Absolutely.
One Quick Question is brought to you by Infomedia. Find show notes, including links to what we talk about on the podcast today, at infomedia.com/quickquestion. Our producer is Elena Harmond. Our theme music is by Brad Davis, and our episodes are produced by Paul and Aaron at Infomedia Studios. If you need website support, marketing advice, or you're interested in building a new website, give us a call at 205-823-4440 or email quickquestion@infomedia.com.